And welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. I don't know what Carolina Jackpot is doing. He's doing something with his right here. I have no clue what he's doing. But welcome to the show, Jackpot.
Taking a picture of my T-shirt there in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's taking a picture of his T-shirt.
Yeah.
Old school WrestleMania T-shirt. There you go. Hey, we got stuff to go over tonight. We got some bowl games. We're not going to pick every game, but we'll definitely run through some of these tonight. We'll see how that goes. We'll take some comments from you folks tonight too. Jackpot, I had one stat that I wanted to throw out there this evening.
What's that?
Well, I was watching your video that you put out today about the whole gimmick offense thing, and we're not trying to piss off the Tennessee fans here at the holidays, but you talked about the defense for the Gamecocks. And, yes, the Gamecocks finished 4-8, but on the defensive front, you can make an argument that Clayton White did a better job this season with less talent than he had the season before. Let's not forget he had – I think 7 guys drafted out of that defense, basically, that are now playing on Sundays. Something like that. 7 guys in the pros.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if last year, I don't know if it was so much he had more talent. He definitely had more experience.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The big thing with that, though, is that it came down to this. You gave up 22 points a game this year.
Right.
The year before, you gave up 18 points a game. So not much of a difference there. I mean, yes, it's
not the fall off that we thought we were going to get.
Yeah, because I really thought that was going to be a huge fall off there for South Carolina, and it wasn't. And I'm not picking at Tennessee, but they went from giving up 16 points a game in 2024 to right at almost 29 points a game.
Holy
so
crap.
They give up almost 2 more touchdowns a game from the year before, and that's why they changed their defensive coordinator, and that's why they're not in the playoff race this year, is simply because of the fact that their defense was not as good as it was the year before.
Yeah, I was this year, coming into this year, I didn't know. I mean, man, I was envisioning like horrifying scenes of shit like 2007 Arkansas, Felix Jones and Darren McFadden running for 300 yards each on the piss-poor Gamecock front 7. That's the kind of shit I was envisioning seeing. And we didn't really see a lot of that. We did.
You didn't. And look, I think you had more of a mentality of a bend but don't break type thing.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Their neck once they hit the 20. You can run up and down the field all you want in between the 20s, but once you get to the 20, it's going to slow down a little bit.
They did. They let a couple of shitpo running backs at LSU who hadn't gotten any yards all year get a little bit of traction on them. Of course, we got some on them too. And then the Oklahoma running back who hadn't done fuck all of anything all year long ran for over 100 yards on them. Right. So, but I think a lot of that, to be honest with you, a lot of that happened on early drives. Like they did it against Kentucky. They let that guy run down the field on the one who threw the ball and hit Grandpa in the face with it. But then they shut him down. It's like they adjusted and they shut that down. And I think a lot of it also had to do with the horrendous offense and just being put on the field for way too long and way longer than they deserved to be.
Anyway, I wanted to point that out there because, we point out it's easy to point out the shit that happened in a 4-8 season, and Shane Beamer talking about, oh, we look good in practice. Maybe he was just watching the defense. I'm not mocking, but maybe that's the only thing he was watching. The offense wasn't worth a shit, but that defense.
Yeah, I wouldn't have watched that offense either.
I don't blame you. If I wanted to feel good about myself, I sure as shit wouldn't watch that team on offense. Anyway, one other note, we talk about hardware here. We don't argue with hardware. South Carolina State won the The Cricket Celebration Bowl. It used to be basically the HBCU National Championship. They picked that up yesterday. They were down 21-0 to Prairie View, Jackpot. What you know about Prairie View, Jackpot?
Like where do you, is that?
Prairie View is in Texas. At one point, they had an 80-game losing streak, and
Yeah, that's right. I knew they had lost a bunch of games at one point. They weren't very good, so
they weren't very good.
They're in the Celebration Bowl now. Have they done the Vanderbilt deal of the HBCUs?
Pretty much. And here's the thing: they were up 21-0 on South Carolina State, and then all of a sudden, South Carolina State pulled out of Texas A&M and went in there and beat that ass in the third and fourth quarter.
Y'all stop hating on Diego Pavia in the comment section. That's my boy.
You like Pavia, or you like Pavia's mom?
I like them all. I like the whole family. I bring them all over here, and we eat ranchero beans and share tacos together. I think they're cool.
God. Anyway, there's Jackpot with his love for the Pavia folks. We're going to pick some games this evening. Enter the Calloway's Pick'em Challenge. The link is in the description. First games will be on. We're not going to pick all these games because, let's be honest, there's just a shit ton of them. I will email my picks to Jackpot once I roll through them. I'll try to post them on the website too. But let's roll through some of these games, Jackpot. Got
a lot of pushes on there too. A lot of flat lines.
There are. I think the first game, Memphis and NC State, Jackpot. What do you think on that one?
Who's favored? Memphis?
Memphis is a 5.5-point dog to NC State.
I mean, I think they'll cover that. I mean, I know Memphis is without a coach for this game, but are they or not? Because I don't even know. I need to do my research on this stuff tomorrow, maybe, and listen to some educated folks. Because Ryan Silverfield took the job at Arkansas, but is he coaching that? Or I wouldn't think so.
No, he's not coaching there. I tell you what, you want to go over this on Wednesday? That'd be easier. That way you could take a peek beforehand. It's up to you. I don't care.
No, let's just go through them, man. I don't need to do all it. I would take Memphis to cover that. NC State's, I mean, they're mid as fuck, really. Yeah, and I mean, this is in, where is that? That's the Gasparilla Bowl?
Gasparilla Bowl.
Yeah, I think Memphis probably cover that. It's probably going to be a tight game.
The Myrtle Beach Bowl, Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. 1 year, Jackpot and I are going to take off and go to that game. You can go for like $1, literally. Jesus Christ. And we're going to go to that game in Conway down there 1 year. I'm taking Western Michigan since their defense is too stout, in my opinion. I think they're going to blow up Kennesaw
What's
State.
The line on it?
The line on that game is Kennesaw State is getting 4.
Kennesaw State +4.
Yep.
I like Kennesaw State. I think they cover that. This is their first bowl game, man.
Right.
First bowl game, first conference championship. I think they're going to be focused and play hard.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and fill out mine the rest of the way. Jacksonville State, I think they're going to win. They're getting 3.5. I think they win outright.
I think so.
I got Louisiana -3. They've won 4 out of their last.
Delaware is fucking
terrible. I think I spelled Delaware wrong. I'm fucking stupid. I'm an inbred hick. Gasparilla Bowl, we were talking about that. I'm taking Memphis because I don't like Dave Doran. All right, Jackpot, look, everybody cares about these games. Playoff game 1, Alabama 1.5-point favorite over Oklahoma. The game's at Oklahoma, Jackpot. You know, they've lost 2 straight to Oklahoma. In fact, in SEC play, Alabama has not beaten Oklahoma. It's not something that, I mean, South Carolina's got to win against Oklahoma. Alabama does not. Which way you rolling in that game, sir?
I like I think Oklahoma's going to win that, man. I think Oklahoma beats them again. I mean, just defensively, I think they're just going to shut down Alabama. I think Alabama's got a lot of players there with lingering issues that aren't going to be able to That's why they've fallen off in the second half of the season. I think Oklahoma wins that and covers it. I think they win rather easily. Like I'm saying, like 10 points or more. I think Bama's starting to get played out.
You think they're fraudulent, Jackpot?
I don't think they're fraudulent. I just think they're gotten unhealthy at the wrong time. And I don't think Kalen DeBoer is good enough of a coach to coach them through over the hump. I just don't.
So I was trying to get Jackpot to say they were fraudulent. I've been.
Well, like last year, like Kirby Smart was able to cut, and I'm not sucking on the Georgia ding-a-ling here, but Kirby Smart to some degree was able to coach Georgia up over the hump. Like that Georgia team, like last year, I don't think they'll argue with me. I don't think that was that good of a team. I mean, I really wasn't. But he was able to kind of coach him and get him up over the hump and still win an SEC championship. Banged up quarterback, then starting quarterback goes down. Still, they make it to the playoffs where they finally kind of died there in the playoffs. If you'll remember, when his dad passed away like the day before the playoff game. I mean, it was just had a big shooting in New Orleans the day before. They had to move it. Or no, what'd they do? Move the game to a different day or something?
Yeah, they moved it to a different day. Yeah, that's what happened.
Like the next day. It was just kind of a fucked up situation. So, but yeah, I don't think Kalen DeBoer is capable of doing that.
All right, so playoff game 2 is Miami getting 3.5 on Texas A&M. For me, it's really simple here. I look at the two coaches. And I see Mario Cristobal on one side, who I think is a fucking idiot. And I see Mike Elko on the other. And I say Texas A&M blows them out. I don't think Miami's worth a fuck. So give me Texas A&M minus 3.5.
Yeah, I've taken Texas A&M at home too. I mean, Miami they're gonna get up against something they hadn't seen all year. I mean, they haven't played any road games, any kind of environment such as this. The win over Notre Dame was impressive.
Yeah, that's what I said. The best win was Notre Dame. So
other than that, fuck have they done? I mean, nothing. I'm not impressed at all with them. Carson Beck,
looks like an alien.
He'll throw a couple of 3 picks in this thing, and he'll be done.
Next matchup is playoff game 3, Tulane and Ole Piss. Ole Piss, I got to change that. Ole Piss is actually a 17.5 point favorite in that game. So change that on the form here. I got both of them as 17.5 point dogs. That's not going to work. But, hey, you got – Piss there, and they're doing their thing with the new coach. Same thing for Tulane. They'll have a new. I mean, I don't know if their coach is. I don't know if he's.
Now their coach is going to stay. He's going to coach this. Summerall.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'd be upset if I were a Florida fan. Not that you have any right to be upset about anything with the bullshit that you do, but I think that when it comes down to it, I don't know if I'm going to look at Tulane as are they going to be able to cover that 17.5? I think.
Well, I'm not pissed off at Stan Drayton for coaching in Penn State's bowl game and not coaching in ours.
Give me Ole Miss minus 17.5 over Tulane. The next, which way you roll?
I begrudgingly take Ole Miss. I don't know. I mean, Ole Miss is just I don't know. They just got so much more depth than Tulane does. It's going to be a mismatch. I don't think we're going to see a blowout that we saw back in September.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think that Tulane, I mean, look, we're talking about 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't think that they're going to be able to cover that.
The next game is James Madison and Oregon. Oregon's a 21.5 point favorite. I think that look, this James Madison team, yes, they've played. You know, they're trying to carry on the torch of the coach that was there before. His name just drops my head there. But look,
Who's
I don't
that?
think they're trying to carry on from their coach that was there before. Now they're going to have a new coach, right?
Signetti.
Their new coach.
They had Signetti, and then Bob Chesney is going to be coaching in that game, but then he's off to UCLA.
But then Napier's taking over for James Madison, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I just think that when I step back and look at it, they've got an LOD problem, lack of depth. And I think that Lanning will run the score up on them. So give me Oregon minus 21.5. That's a lot of points, but I think that's going to happen.
I'm going to go the other way on that one. I think that I think this JMU team is for real. I mean, I think they're going to go in there and punch them in the mouth, and they ain't going to win. But I think they keep this thing a little too close for comfort for old Dan Lanning and his bunch. Everybody thinks they're going to blow them out because they blew out Liberty a couple years ago in a Fiesta Bowl. Okay, this JMU team is way better than that Liberty team, but this is one team like we've never seen before. The group of five, they're just a fucking machine. And I think Oregon may have a little bit of trouble with them. May have a little bit of trouble.
All right, well, fair enough. I'm going to roll through mine really quick here. We're not going to pick every single game, but just so people can see my picks. I'm taking Utah State in the Potato Bowl. You got a comment on that game, Jackpot?
The fry.
Yeah. All right, the Boca Raton Bowl has Louisville and Toledo. I'm taking Toledo. I think they're going to get the win over Louisville. I think Louisville.
Yeah, I would think that's a pretty solid pick.
The New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky and Southern Miss. By God, give me Southern Miss. The Frisco Bowl, I'm taking UNLV minus 4.5. Let me roll through the rest of them here. The Hawaii Bowl, give me Hawaii at home, baby. Plus 2.5. They almost got a team from the ACC at the beginning of the season. They'll get one at the end of the season. They should have beat Stanford, but they didn't.
They did beat Stanford.
Oh, they did beat Stanford. That's right. Well, they'll wrap it then. They'll wrap it up
then.
Bookend
their season with
their season. Yep. I'll take Hawaii plus 2.5. The game above Sports Bowl, Central Michigan and Northwestern.
Now, what bowl did that used to be? The game above Sports Bowl.
I don't know.
Who is it?
It's Central Michigan getting 10.5, Northwestern minus 10.5.
Is that one? Is that the one that used to be like the Motor City Bowl, maybe? Because that sounds like
game above. I'm looking it up now. Sports Bowl origin. Let's see what that is. Okay, so it was
Spank Mapleton says, "Come on, jackpot, LOL." And what are you referring to?
Where it's
this is a couple minutes ago. You're talking about my Oregon pick. Why am I going to sit? I'm not going to sit here and suck off every fucking team that you people think is going to win. Somebody's going to upset somebody. Somebody's going to cover a spread that they shouldn't, and somebody's going to have a rough time. It's college football. That's what happens. Everything doesn't go according to fucking script. I'm telling you, that's a good team, and they're fully capable of hanging with fucking Oregon. Fuck has Oregon done? Fuck Oregon.
Yeah, fuck Oregon. That's right. So the game above Sports Bowl was the Quick Lane Bowl, Jackpot. It used to be in.
I think that was the Motor City Bowl.
In Detroit. Yeah, in Detroit. It evolved from the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. So a long line of shit sponsors here. I'm going to take Central Michigan. Why not? Plus 10.5. Upset somebody. Your next game.
Northwestern?
Yeah, Northwestern minus 10.5. Northwestern that issue.
10.5 point underdog. How's Northwestern a 10.5 point favorite over anybody?
Exactly. They haven't scored any fucking points this year, Jackpot.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So the next one, New Mexico, which is, near and dear, I guess, to Diego Pavia's heart. I don't know. He's from.
No, he hates New Mexico. That's the one he PP'd on their logo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
because they didn't offer him out of JUCO, so he got mad about it. And then when he went to play for New Mexico State, that's when he pissed on their logo.
They're playing Minnesota. I think PJ Fleck gets it done. Give me Minnesota -2.5. The next game is the First Responders Bowl. I'm taking UTSA -8.5 over Florida International.
You'd be sad to know last night before the Bucked Up LA Bowl, they made the announcement that last night's Bucked Up LA Bowl, in fact, was the last one.
There were only about 12 people in the stands to watch it. That was a big.
I didn't watch a snap of it.
Well,
I was watching that Redneck Brawl.
Of course you were.
Yeah, Redneck Brawl 11. Redneck Brawl 11 from Charleston, West Virginia was on last night, baby.
I'd watch that too. But no, there's they showed a picture of that from like the crowd. I mean, from like a crowd shot, and I mean there were literally. We had more people at our live show than they had at this bowl game, and I'm not joking. There was nobody there. It was insanely bad. The Go Bowling Military Bowl without a military academy team has Pittsburgh as a 6-point favorite over East Carolina. East Carolina is going to be, I think, without their offensive coordinator, which is who I thought South Carolina should have gotten, even though I think Kendall Briles is a solid hire. Kendall Briles, by the way, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on the record on the program here. I think Clayton White has been really good, but I think Kendall Briles is probably the best hire that Shane Beamer has had. He's hired a bunch of shitpos, and he finally hired somebody that has a record of actually doing something good. I'm not saying that they're going to be great next year. I'm just saying, on paper, this is a hell of a hire for Shane Beamer. But anyway, I'm going to take.
You should probably thank his athletic director for that.
Probably so. I mean, maybe the athletic director looked at Shane Beamer and said, "Hey, if we pull off his pants, he's going to look like a Ken doll. So smooth surface there, no nuts on this guy. I'm going to have to go and get us an offensive coordinator." Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Brock said, "Did you see anybody get punched in the meat box?" No, meat box didn't fight last night. I was kind of disappointed in that, but it was in West Virginia. The one they had in August was in Tennessee, so there was like nobody. Would
you go to a live one of those live? Would you go to that live, Jackpot?
Yeah, I mean, if it was close. They're having one in February, but it's going to be in fucking Toledo.
What the fuck? I'm not going there.
That's not a redneck. Nothing about Toledo is redneck. It's going to be people from Ohio fighting people from Michigan.
It's going to be damn steel workers that are in there smoking 8-packs around or some shit.
But I mean, you can find rednecks in any stuff. Redneck is not a thing that's. I used to always think, well, that's something, it's strictly confined to the South, but it's not.
Yeah. There's
rednecks in New York State. The first time I visited Pennsylvania, at exit 1, which we stopped at the Sheets, which is at exit 1, the Molly Pitcher Highway, which goes to Greencastle, PA. The first thing I saw when I got out of the car, before I got to the lottery machine, there was 2 dudes in an old late 80s model Chevy pickup truck pulling out of Sheets with a Confederate flag tag on the front of the truck. And this was back in 2017. I'm like, damn, I wasn't expecting to see that. Yeah.
Anyway, our next bowl game, you're right about that. The next bowl game is the Pinstripe Bowl. Clemson is giving up 3 points. By the way, there's going to be a hearing tomorrow, Jackpot. Basically, the gist of it is that there's going to be a court injunction that will allow players to play 5 full years of college with the NCAA. So guys like Klubnik and Wade Woodaz and a couple of other guys from Clemson, it could bring them back next season. This is something that's going to be the big story tomorrow. If they get that injunction, then a lot of guys could come back and be basically super seniors. So that's going to be the big thing happening tomorrow.
So what? I mean, okay, hold on. What are we doing? Why are we circumventing the red shirt? Why?
I don't know, Jackpot.
You don't have 5 years of college. I mean, you don't.
You have 5 years of eligibility to play for. Is basically.
Yeah, the 1 year has always been you've had a red shirt. Right. Yeah.
They're suing the NCAA, and they might get it, they might not. I don't know, but it could really shake some rosters up, because if it does go,
are we trying to get college football to where immediately when they finish up their eligibility, they immediately go to the nursing home? I mean,
I don't know, but look, I mean, think about it from this perspective, though. If you got let's say you got some guys on your offensive line that, you've worked with them, and they've been there 3 years, whatever. They come back their 4th year and they're finally starting to get it. And then all of a sudden, oh wow, they can play that 5th year. I mean, it could really help some teams a lot. Especially.
So that means if he plays this coming up season and has a good year, and then he could choose not to go to the NFL draft, so Nicholas could stay away around Gamecock land for another year.
Well, but you've also got it could be a thing where Klubnik could say, hey, I could make more money with NIL in college than I will as a rookie in the NFL. If you're not picked to be a first-round draft pick, that's absolutely factual. You will make more money being the starting quarterback at any Power 4 school than you will as a rookie in the NFL if you're a second-round draft pick.
Yeah, but eventually, when do you draw the line between that and then them just trying to ride an NIL gravy train?
I know, but that's the way that it works out. Beth with a great comment. I wish Hunter Renfrow could have had another year. He had 6 years. Fuck out of here.
I mean, the kids are going to not want to come play. I mean, this is, I don't know. I would have thought like participation in high school football would be way up because of NIL and, the potential to make some money in college through NIL. But I talked to a friend who's in coaching in high school right now, and no, they're not. Numbers aren't up, and in fact, they're down.
Well, my kids go to Ridgeview, which is a 4A, 5A school.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go when my son won the homecoming prince. We got to go down on the field and actually see the sidelines and all that. And Jackpot, I'm not exaggerating. They had on the sideline a big screen TV where they could break down plays from that game right there so they could watch them. I mean, I know that people are like, oh, they've been doing that for a while, but to just see the defensive coordinator run over there and he could pull up a defensive set where they got burned on a touchdown or whatever and show it to these kids immediately right there on the sideline, it's pretty impressive.
Well, the tools and the technology, it is so. Since I played, it is so it's night and day. Imagine back in the days, if we had that kind of stuff around.
SEC Dog says, what NFL team would want K? Jesus man, talk sensibly. You're exactly right. He is a guy that the whole adage that, he was going to work his way up and be a pro prospect, I'm not buying that either.
We used to watch film. Only time you ever knew what happens, we watched films on Mondays in the weight room, and there was this. It's just a damn screen they pulled down pulls down and hook it down here, and that's what they played the shit on. Drew up plays on a dry erase clipboard type thing.
Yeah, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting that they have the ability to do that. Pretty crazy. Anyway, so Clemson and Penn State, there's Clemson's losing. Khalil Barnes has hit the transfer portal. The rumor behind that is that he didn't feel like Allen put him in positions to where he would look good. It's kind of the rumor mill that's going around on that.
Well, there's a lot of Clemson fans out there who says he wasn't any good anyway.
Well, and that's fair, but Barnes is in the
not
transfer
true.
portal.
I mean, he did some good stuff.
Yeah, he was good.
I mean, everybody does that, though. Every time somebody leaves anybody's team, everybody immediately, well, we didn't need him. He wasn't no good. I mean,
Fireval says, do you realize that Pavi is almost 3 years older than the NFL playmakers? It's really hard for me to listen to Tennessee talk about Diego Pavia when he literally is still dragging nuts on you. And he played 3-4 weeks ago?
He's not that old. He's 1 year. I mean, Jesus. He's 24.
Yeah. So, Jackpot, are you going to roll with your second year Penn State, or are you going to go with Clemson?
I got to see who's going to play first off. I mean, I don't. I got to look and see if Nick Singleton and Katron Allen are going to play in that game. I think that Penn State's going to win. If they don't, I don't think they will.
I'm going to take Clemson -3. I think Dabo Swinney will roll enough out there and they'll win that game. And then he'll act
they don't have a bunch of opt-outs other than the people who just hit the portal or whatever. They probably will. But
Clemson's secondary is going to be extremely thin.
McConnell says we both got humbled last week. Apologize. No, I apologize for shit. When they announced your team was going to be in there, I laughed. And I said, well, there's an easy win for Texas A&M.
Yeah, A&M gets it. A&M basically got a bye week. Fuck your team. Fenway Bowl. What?
They did. I mean, they got the 5th bye week.
Yeah, they got a fucking bye week. There you go. UConn is a 3-point dog to Army. I like Army -3. Love service academies in these bowl games no one gives a fuck about. Give me Army -3.
Yeah, I do too. UConn's coach, Jim Moore Jr., took another job. That's another one I gotta find out. I don't know if he's coaching it or not. He went to Colorado State. Is that a step up from UConn?
Well, I mean, he can buy pot there now, so that's good. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Is that why he left?
Well, I mean, would you rather live in Colorado or would you rather live in Connecticut? Which one would you rather live in, Jackpot? Realistically,
I'd rather live in Colorado. I mean, Connecticut, the cost of living there is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, he makes, plenty enough money to afford a place to live, but still.
The Pop-Tart Bowl has Georgia Tech as a 4.5-point dog to BYU. I think BYU's playing everybody. Give me BYU -4.5.
Yeah, I think BYU is going to run it in raw.
The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl has Miami of Ohio and Fresno State. I'm going to take Fresno State -3.5. And then we roll to the New Mexico Bowl, has North Texas and San Diego State. North Texas beats them senseless. I'll take that one. The Gator Bowl, this one's interesting, Jackpot. Missouri, without Kirby Moore, is a 7-point favorite over Virginia.
What happened to him?
He left and went somewhere else. I was listening to Mazodcast today. Kirby Moore took a job, I think, at Kansas State. Something like that. Hold on, Let me look it up. Where did he go? I'll look that up. But a 7-point game there, Jackpot. What do you think about that with Mizzou as the favorite?
I think Virginia might cover that. I think that,
Oh, he went to Washington State.
He'll be the head coach, or?
Yes, he's the head coach at Washington State.
Okay.
There you go.
Now, who was their coach, and what happened to?
I don't know. There's too many coaches moving around.
There was, because the coach at Wake Forest now was from Washington State, and he's only been at Wake for a year. So whoever's at Washington State was only there for a year.
Well, now they got Kirby Moore.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah. Hold on. I'm seeing what we got here. Kirby Moore is the head coach. Let's see here. Moore emerged from a pool of candidates that he replaces Jimmy Rogers, who left WSU after one season to become the head coach at Iowa State. Remember, Iowa State.
Oh, okay. Took Matt Campbell's spot.
Yeah, it's a Matt Campbell's at Penn.
I think a lot of these teams, man, I don't know. I'm not necessarily talking about the bigger Power 4 jobs, but I'm thinking that some of these teams may have put some coaches in spots that they're not ready for yet. I mean, this guy was the coach at Wazoo for 1 year, and they had an okay year, I guess. And now he's going to be in the Big 12 at Iowa State. I mean, I would think that's kind of a heck of a step up for a first-year coach.
I agree, sir. I'm going to take Virginia, though, with the stability of the coaching.
Yeah, I think Tony Elliott's going to come out there and they're going to look to put on a good performance after losing that ACC championship game. Jackpot's Couch says Duke has also won 6 more ACC championships in South Carolina. Yeah, they've also been in the league 6 times as many years as South Carolina was.
There you go. The Texas Bowl has LSU and Houston. I don't think LSU gives a shit. Give me Houston -3.
Yeah, LSU's awful. Makaima does say, serious question, should Triple H be fired after fumbling Cena's last match? I don't even know. What happened there, Rob?
So John Cena had his last match last night against
who did he wrestle? One of
the big German Kraut Gunther.
Oh, Gunther, yeah.
Is it bad to call Germans Krauts? Yes. The wife says I can't call them Krauts, and she lived there. So he was just a German, like, Gunther. That's his name.
Did Gunther go over?
Yeah, but the way he went over, I think, is what everybody's pissed off about. He made John Cena tap out to the sleeper.
What? That's just like why did they let Brock Lesnar in the Undertaker's streak? Shouldn't have done that.
Because Brock Lesnar's a bad motherfucker. That's pretty much what I would roll it down to. Yeah, Brock Lesnar fighting the Undertaker on the street, I could buy that Brock Lesnar would knock his teeth out. I could buy.
Yeah, I could too. But Brock Lesnar is like a less than part timer.
Yeah, that's true.
And like the Undertaker was like he was the leader of your locker room for 2 decades.
Final matchup: Georgia Southern is a 2.5-point favorite over App State. I will take Georgia Southern. There you go.
Have you heard any of the drama? There was some drama out there with Ric Flair putting out a tweet about his son, because that guy. There's that guy that has that YouTube channel, Hannibal. Have you seen this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, this guy talks like this. The Canadian dude. Yeah. Anyway, he kind of had something to say about Nature Boy, because Nature Boy went on some kind of podcast or YouTube talk show or something and told everybody that Hulk Hogan died from street drugs, which is, not true. I mean, they had an autopsy. The guy had a heart attack. So
he was 70-something years old too.
He spread some misinformation though, and so Hannibal had something to say about it, and he said something about his own son dying of a heroin overdose. So Nature Boy puts a picture of his son out on a tweet and goes on this big spiel about you're not allowed. No one is allowed to speak of my son except for my children. Blah blah blah. And if he was alive, he'd kick your ass right now. And it's just.
I read that. Isn't that the most cheesy thing ever?
It's ridiculous. I don't know, man. I don't have any respect for him after the way he talked to Jim Ross on social media when he was going in to have his surgery. Yeah, I don't have any respect for him.
I don't know, man. Flair's old. He's been hit in the head too many times. So
he's shitting himself, sir.
Of all the things that we've ever talked about on this podcast, the fact that we're talking about Ric Flair shitting himself brings us to
He's been shitting himself in bars in Florida, and going in there, or either he shit himself while he was there. I don't know. I mean, this is confirmed. There's pictures of it out there.
Wait a minute. There's pictures of Ric Flair shitting himself in the bar?
I mean, I don't guess in the act of shitting himself. There was pictures of his backside after he shit himself.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
He had on some white colored pants. Yes. This was 6-8 months ago.
I got nothing for you on that, Jackpot. But hey, whatever. There you go. All right, so make sure you get in the Callaway's Bowl Challenge. The link is in the description. I will email everybody again that was in it before. You have the link there. It'll be simple for you.
Jay said he roots for half of the SEC. Yeah, that and Michigan, too. Michigan.
If you want to join the program, there's the link. Have at it. We'd love to have you here. If you want to join us here this evening as we roll along here.
Being a Michigan man is probably kind of hard at this point.
Yeah. Jackpot, I don't think we're not doing a show Christmas Eve. That's not.
No, probably not. Clemson says never trust a fart. Well, yeah, that's true.
So we'll have tonight's show, we'll have Wednesday's show, and then the 21st will be our last show before Christmas. So there you go with that.
I don't know. Maybe we can do one. I don't know. I don't have anything going on, so I mean.
I don't know. We'll talk about it. Jackpot's Couch asked how my wife is doing. She is doing better. She had pneumonia.
Oh, Lord.
Now I had to get on the steroids. Now she's been on the steroids today, and she's been running around like fucking I know why people do steroids now. There you go. She's running around doing all kind of shit today.
Walking Off Sports says how many? I don't know. Probably about 20.
Like fucking 350-yard bashes on the golf course today with her driver. Just, she never hit it that far before. She's all over the place.
So you're playing golf today?
Well, here's the thing. We played like 3 holes and decided it was too fucking cold.
It was cold up here.
Yeah, it was cold. It got windy.
It really has turned off cold. I've got a toboggan.
Yeah, we bought like little ski caps at the clubhouse today because we were cold, but then it just got too damn cold. Anyway, if you want to join the show, feel free. If you want to talk about one of these games, have at it. I think that we're going to have a set where Clemson's going to have a new offensive coordinator. I think they'll make that change after the bowl game. Our last game for the old Riley at offensive coordinator.
Why are they waiting? Why is he waiting so long on that?
I don't know. I think they'll just wait till after the bowl game. I think that's the way it'll come down. I think he wants to hire somebody that may be on staff with somebody else, I would guess. I don't know.
Somebody on staff? Oh, God.
Somebody on another staff that's already playing. So I agree with Tiger Red Devil. He's an idiot for waiting so long. What I hope he doesn't do is hire somebody.
You definitely got the first part of that right.
Well, I hope he doesn't hire someone that he can just push around. He needs somebody like a Chad Morris or a Venables who will tell him, like, look, motherfucker, this is my offensive room. It's part of the Clemson brand, which is what you're the head coach of, but we're going to do shit my way. He needs that kind of coach. And Dabo needs to be the general manager. And he needs to have his finger in it and tell the offensive coordinator, I want to run, an offense where we have 4 and 5 wide receivers. We're throwing the ball around, whatever it is he wants to do. He needs to do that. But the idea of having somebody that he can just push around, that's not going to work. If he hires somebody and it's their first time as an OC, it's going to be a Shane Beamer level of hire. It's shitty. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Brock Lee says, Kale, are the big bags of Utz popcorn good? They are delicious.
I like the Utz. I watched your video today on the Rockabilly 864 channel too about we were riding around checking out your stores. Good stuff there. Mm-hmm. I like the salt and vinegar potato chips, by the way. Those are
salt and vinegar chips are good. Cockaboose Conductor says he thought Jackpot was from Anderson. Maybe that's where. Yeah, I work in Anderson sometimes in Anderson County on my route, but no.
Peckerhead was in the chat earlier today. He was talking about his Patriots that got dry dicked by Buffalo. They were up 21-0 and lost today. So his Patriots pulled a South Carolina up huge and lost. So
they were up 21 to Dick and lost.
They were up 21 to Dick on the Bills and lost.
Jeez,
they South Carolina did.
They sure did.
All right, final call for calls. If you want to join the program right here, we'll have at it. Clemson basketball struggled yesterday with Mercer. They won by 7. They were 22.5-point favorites. South Carolina pulled away late from the Citadel, which is kind of what I expected to happen. I don't think
everybody's struggling with the SoCon.
Well, I think that Clemson has potential with Godfrey and a couple of other guys. Hunter's playing pretty well. They don't have like a show-stopping case where they're going to be right there in the mix for the NCAA tournament, but I think they'll definitely be right there. Well, we may be talking about them come ACC tournament weekend. So.
We'll probably lose that game by 20.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Don't they play next week?
That's Tuesday.
Oh, it's this Tuesday. Oh, jackpot. That game is in the upstate.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So, yeah. I don't know, man. Someone posted something about South Carolina athletics,
You can't ever. That game is always I don't know. I say they'll lose by 20, but that game's always close.
Yeah.
It was close last year. South Carolina won last year.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, and Clemson was they were a much better team than the Gamecocks last year. And then the year before, Carolina had a really good team. If you'll remember, that almost won the SEC regular season championship.
Yeah, but
I don't know how the hell we went from that to what we've got right now.
Well, do you remember when the Gamecocks went to the Final Four? They lost to Clemson that year on the road. Yeah. We took the Conrad up there for that. He was running his dick sucker all game until Clemson hit the free throws there, and Clemson won by 5 or 6 points. But he was adamant. Oh, we're gonna fucking win! Another failure by the Russian as he had to walk.
I thought that one was in Columbia. Maybe it was.
Was that Little John? Me, him, and Rich Long, our buddy, went. And Rich and I got to laugh at him all the way home because he was running his.
I was there. I went to the last one I went to when they played them was in 2015, in the Bon Secours when they played there. I think it was Bon Secours then.
I don't know. It's called the Bilo Center.
I don't remember when the name was officially changed. It was about 15 years ago, I think. But Carolina ran it in raw that night. That was they beat them really bad. Carolina was up on them by a lot. They were up on about 25. And they let Clemson come back and make it close at the end, but Carolina still won. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
What bowl game is Florida in? The same one South Carolina's in, the Mirage Bowl.
I don't know who did that game. Hold on, Ronnie. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bye. All right. Anyway, there you go. People calling me on the phone here. Crazy. So. Anyway, Jackpot, you there?
Yeah, the Tigers do play. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, Tigers do play in Bon Secours next Sunday. They play Cincinnati. That's going to be a paddling.
Yeah, it's a paddling. All right, Jackpot. Well, make sure you get into the Pick'em Challenge. First game is on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. Anything else, Jackpot? Or are you good to go?
I'm good to go. I can't believe we didn't have any callers tonight. It's kind of sad. Everybody's taking a vacation because college football, they think it's over with. It's not over with. It's just now getting cranked up, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys, and we shall see you later on.
All righty.
There you go. All right, Jackpot. Good